Alright, so hi everyone. Here is the script that I was working on to make custom LODs for Second Life. So let me rearrange the outliner a little bit better. What I've got so far, and for simplicity, I've put it in my animate menu over there. This is what I've got so far. So it is back compatible. I had the chance to find documentation finally that tells about the polyreduction algorithm that was changed in the version 2014. So we have two different algorithms for this script here. Yeah, if you're running a version prior to the 2014, you have to use this option here. Otherwise, you're free to use either one. It's fine. This needs to be enabled. I mean, this choice is something that you are forced to do. Otherwise, I just show you. Otherwise, if you don't and try to make something, no version selection was made, and the script doesn't keep going. So once we have chosen the algorithm and we are happy and satisfied with the settings that I'm going to cover next, this is going to create the custom LODs for whatever we have in selection, which means not a single object at a time. You can have more than one object selected, and all of them will be reduced, creating the LODs. Now, these settings here, mid, low, and lowest, this refers to the amount of simplification in terms of triangles that the model will go through. So 2 means that it's going to be half the current triangle count. So here we have the triangle count for this boot. Okay, it's 8,056 triangles. The heads-up display to show these stats, if you don't know, it's under display, heads-up display, poly count. So you can check how things are going. So, of course, this LOD, low LOD here, 4, it means that it will be divided by 4, and then this is going to be divided by 8. These are the default settings because these are those that you need for Animesh objects to take advantage of the free triangle pools for the LODs, which means that as long as each single LOD is the half in triangle numbers, then the LOD above, the calculation will not increase the land impact. Okay, so say you have a model at the highest load at 1000, and if you keep the mid load at 1500, 250, and 125, the land impact will not increase, and the calculation will be the regular one, just done. I mean, done just on the highest LOD. So these are the default settings for Animesh objects, but you're free, of course, to change these values here to be more or less aggressive. It depends by your needs when it comes to clothing and avatars to be worn. All right, so with this these two sections explained, let's make a demonstration. So I'm gonna do the reduction and the automatic LoD reduction on both boots here. So we'll create, I will just hit the button make LODs. It goes through the whole thing, it does the checks, and it created the LODs as you can see here. Okay, and has put them in the LOD display layers. So LOD1, LOD2, LOD3. Actually, I might just set this. Okay, so we can take a look at both of them. So the first one, so the highest LOD had 8,056 triangles. Okay, let's double check with the LOD1, which is 4,028, exactly the half. Okay, and the shape has not been destroyed. So always keep in mind that each single LOD needs to be viewed from a distance, not from up close. Okay. LOD2 from a even larger distance. Okay, so there is some camera bias here. Let me fix that. Let's do a near clip plane like that. Okay, so there is no longer that flickering, and the shape keeps being consistent. Cool. LOD3, which is the most aggressive one and that might be a little bit too aggressive, as you can see. This one might be the case to be rebuilt, or maybe just, you know, decrease the LOD reduction for what concerns clothing. So yeah, let's redo this with a different setting. So instead of 8, say that we want this to be 6. Okay, so if you have already created these layers, you don't have to worry about deleting them. If they exist, they won't be recreated, and you will not end up having a stack of LOD layers over there. So with those two selected, I'm going to make the LODs. So let's take a look at the third level, which is way better than before. And we're viewing this from up close, but remember, this LOD is supposed to be seen at a distance approximately like this on the avatar. So as long as the overall silhouette is not broken, it's fine. Now, it also supports the custom bind shapes, the custom bind poses. So this is Beleza Jake, for example, and Beleza Jake comes with this bind pose here. All right, but the boots instead were rigged in this other pose. So whatever bind pose the original highest LOD was bound to the skeleton, that will be retained, so there won't be any problem about weight transferring and whatever. Now, more on this. Okay, so exactly as the highest LOD works, all of the others are going to work as well. So this is the highest LOD, and you see that the other LODs follow the deformation properly. Okay. I also included a check. Actually, this was for my own sake during testing, but I think that I'm going to leave this here for the next feature, the custom LoD model. But anyway, to show you how that works, I take the original here. Then I control select one of the LoDs, click here, and it tells me whether or not there is a match between influences. So whenever the match is in place, you're good to go, and the LoD will just work. All right. Now for the next feature here, the custom LoD model. Actually, I don't have any custom LoD to work with, so I'm going to pretend that we have this LoD that I made by hand somehow. All right, and I managed maybe duplicating the original here and removing manually just the inside, for example, which it doesn't have, by the way. But say that you have pants, for example, and your first LoD model can be just the outside without the inside. That's just an example. That would halven the triangle count, and that's a completely legitimate way to make an LoD. So say that this one here is my next LoD. I delete history so it detaches, and also I'm going to remove the LoD layers, delete layer. Cool. Now if I select the original one, which is this one here, and then control select the model that is going to be an LoD, and actually I'm not cheating, so I just show you. Okay, so this is the original, and this is static for now. Okay, so I select my original model, my misspelled and custom random name LoD model. All right, it's misspelled and it has a random okay, something like this. Okay, select the two, oops, this other one. Okay, and run the custom LoD model. This model represents lot number, which one? This was the number 1, okay? But you can choose any of them. And a new layer for that custom LoD model was created because it didn't exist. And now, as you can see, weights have been transferred. And just as a safety measure, check skin cluster, and these influences match. All right. Just to show you that this check actually works and it's not just a message, I'm gonna get the body dev kit, and this other one I will make the check. Mismatch, of course. The body has more influences than the shoes, so it actually make a check that is reliable. So now let's say that this okay, just let's remove this, and yeah, let's leave the layer here even if it's empty. Okay, and I'm gonna run the auto LoDs. Okay, you see the LoD layer over there has been reused. Okay, there is no stacking of new layers. I might as well show you the results from the old algorithm. So let's remove that. make LoDs. So you see, there might be some issues here and there because the old algorithm is not that reliable. That's why they changed it. But if you have older versions of Maya, you have no choice, unfortunately. That's why I also added the custom LoD, because you might want to fix this manually by detaching the skin and then reattaching using custom LoD model, and you'd be good to go. Anyway, all right, so that's it for now. Let me know what you think about this feature. If I can add some more user case or workflow cases, if I'm able, or if Maya allows me to implement such things, I will definitely do it. But to me, this is quite solid and good to go for for the main uses that one can do in Second Life. So it's pretty consistent and solid. As I was saying, let's try again the pre-2014. Ah, you see? I know. It's again over there. This is the freaking old algorithm, which is not doing this consistently. It depends from the model. So it's quite confusing. But anyway, let's delete that. And yeah, I will just use this one here. All right, then. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.